come up. Fight of the year.
Well, there's going to be a third one, huh? I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, I left my heart out there. I don't know if they showed it on TV, but I puked a little afterwards, man. I was trying to keep composed the whole time, but anyways, I'm really proud of myself. I'm proud of Josh. I think we put on a great show. We both have a lot of heart. I mean, I don't even know, man. He came to bang. We came to bang. I'm happy it's over.
First, I want to say congratulations to you now that you're an uncle. And no, we had a plan. The whole plan was, we talked about it at weigh-ins, was to come out here and be fight of the night. And I think we definitely accomplished that. And from what I hear, we could possibly be in the candidacy for fight of the year. So, hey, that's all you can ask for. I don't think either one of our stock went down or up or whatever it was, but I can say I'm definitely proud of him. He came back like a true champion does. And you know, he got his title back. That's exactly what a champion does. So now it's my turn to turn around and do what he did. So if there is a third, you know, then we'll entertain that issue when the time comes. But I can say he's got to enjoy it now. Let him enjoy his time, man. I can't even say anymore.
I'm cool with calling it even if he wants to.
just like a Rocky, man. I don't want another one. There's gonna be a third.
They got 6 more.
So, any questions, guys?
Besides fighting each other, who else, Josh, who do you have on your list right now, perspective of the future?
I'll fight anybody that he puts in front of me. You know, I heard there's talks of Aoki. I think Gilbert's a champion. If he wants to fight him, he gets the first crack. But otherwise, I don't care.
Yeah, I want to say something, man. I feel like Josh and I don't get much respect, you know, with these rankings and all the 55ers out there. And I feel like now that we got our stuff done with right now, it's up to us to prove that we're the best 55ers, you know? I think for Strikeforce, me and him are badass, and I think him and I can take out all the dudes in the UFC, and I think him and I can take out all the dudes in Dream. And I think we're about to handle that right now. And, you know, if we come around and fight each other, we will. But you know, I feel like we don't get enough respect, or especially Josh and especially I, you know, we could really throw it down, you know what I mean?
How closely do you follow those rankings?
Well, I mean, you know, I follow enough to know I'm not in the top 10, you know. As soon as a lot of times you lose, and then the guy moves up in the rankings, and then you just kind of stay where you are sometimes. But when I lost, I was completely out, and you know, Josh barely made the rankings. You know what I mean? At the time, I was number 2 in the world. But whatever. I mean, it's not really about the ranks. It's about the respect, you know. And I feel like, you know, we deserve a little bit more respect, and you know, and that we can beat a lot of those guys. We're complete MMA fighters. A lot of guys aren't.
I'm tired of clicking on to websites and seeing the first thing is UFC, and all I want to see is, I would like to see something that says Strikeforce and something positive about our fighters, because I'm getting sick and tired of that, you know.
Yeah.
I think that media is also, they've also seen my frustration. I've told them over and over that, you know, the negative, that just being negative on their interviews, instead of talking about the positive things that we did, you know, it'd be nice to see some positive energy in their interviews. You know, I mean, this is a great sport. I'd hate to see the media bring us down by, you know, by saying the negative things. But I mean, otherwise, I think we fought a great fight. We gave it our all, and you know, and now it's up to Scott just to throw it. He made a promise to us, is that in the beginning of this, when this promotion started, that he would deliver. He's done his part, you know. And Gilbert and I think we've done our part now. We've delivered. We delivered great fights, and so now it's time for us to for him to keep pushing in the bigger name fighters, and for Gilbert and I to start laying them out. I welcome them with closed fists. What's that?
You need a bonus check.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Fight of the night. So, but I'd like to, I welcome all those Dream fighters and any UFC guys that want to come. I'll welcome them with closed fists anytime.
Definitely. Also like to, you know, address that. I want to thank Strikeforce and Scott Coker, and you know, Josh and I have been part of the family for a long time. And you know, when it came to re-signing my last contract, you know, Josh told Scott, hey man, you know, I need to get some publicity, and it's like, hey Gil, we're on Showtime. I'm like, wow, you know, now I'm on all the co-main events. You know, he's pushing it good. Strikeforce is growing, and you know, we're happy to grow with them. And you know, I just want to say thank you very much to Scott Coker and the promotion and Showtime.
It's definitely been a pleasure to be part of something like this, and just see where it's come from. You know, I was fighting on the kickboxing shows when we were fighting in the Civic Center. So you know, here we are now, and it's a full-blown MMA promotion, and I think it's, if anything, it's going to be top. I think it is Top's promotion right now, and given the fact that our fights. When was the last time you seen a UFC card put together like this?
Yeah.
When was the last time you seen UFC fighters laid on the line like we did tonight? And when was the last time you seen a main event like you did tonight? So I haven't seen one of those in a while out of the UFC. So I think we've delivered.
Josh, I always thought you were so effective with kicks. It seemed like you got a little away from that in the rematch. Why did you do that?
His timing was on. I mean, bottom line, like I said this 2 weeks ago. If he beats me, it's because he was a better fighter tonight. He made sure that everything was fixed from the first fight. His timing was on. He threatened the takedowns. He delivered what he had to do to beat me tonight. That's the bottom line.
Gil, did you do anything specifically because of how effective he was kicking you in the first fight? Did you?
Yeah, definitely. I stopped walking into it. You know, I was sick of going to 24-hour fitness and seeing the random guy tell me how to correct my kicking defense. You know, that was the worst thing about losing, was just some random people telling me, like, you know, how to block and that I need to learn how to kick, and you know, and that was the worst thing about it. So yeah, man, you know, I wanted to make him miss a little bit, not walk right into it. You know, there was a point like where I wanted to come stock a little, and I walked in and he threw that push kick right at my face, and it, you know, was a reminder. All right, Gil, be patient. Don't walk forward, you know, counter his push kick, and, you know, time it right. So, you know, you got to evolve as a fighter. The sport's evolving right before your eyes, you know what I mean? And you know, I believe Josh and I are part of the good name, Evolution, tonight, you know, because we're Evolution in MMA. We're complete fighters.
Gil, we spent some time in your camp. You worked so much on taking, you know, your opponents down. Can you imagine you dominate this fight without scoring a takedown?
Man, you know, I was just explaining right now, you do boxing matches, it's 12 3-minute rounds. You do a Olympic wrestling match, it's 3 2-minute rounds. You know, the intensity of wrestling is ridiculous, how hard and how sprint it is. So, I mean, I try to push the takedown. You know, it's hard when it's not there, and you just kind of get in this mode, and I was looking for it. But, you know, stand-up was working for me. My timing was good, and, you know, I felt like comfortable there. It's dangerous because I got hit a couple times. You know, it was a war, you know, but... yeah, man, I wish I could have wrestled better. You know, I was trying to wrestle more, and it just wasn't that easy. But when the wrestling did happen, you know, when he shot at me or when we got into it, I felt like I was able to neutralize him. His wrestling was great too, and you know, our wrestling was so good that we're forced to stand with each other.
You guys threw and landed a lot of punches. Your hands okay? You feel okay?
I'm in pain, bro. Yeah, I mean, like I'm not feeling perfect, but I'm a little lumped up. My hand hurts, you know, but I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Same. Hand's a little sore, and face is obviously a little sore. So go home with a bag of ice and lick my wounds.
Josh, you told me before the fight you thought it'd be slow. It turned out to be the opposite of that. Were you surprised by the pace? I mean, how surprised were you?
No, not at all. Like I said, I trained for 5 rounds. I pushed myself for 5 rounds. And I expected to go hard 5 rounds. The pace was, to me, I felt like the pace was slower than the first fight. Because the first fight, he kept coming, and I kept, you know, we just kept countering. So there was always active movement. But this fight, the pace was a little bit slower, but what it was, when we did throw, it was hard. It was stand toe-to-toe and go at it, and someone was getting hit. And, you know, really, to be honest, it was one of those things where we enjoyed the moment, you know, and we took them on the chin, and we let everyone enjoy it.
You're gonna have to watch it again because it's way faster.
Yeah, I gotta agree with him. I felt like it was a slower pace and a little more controlled. But you know, like I said, the sport's evolving. You can't just meet in the middle and bang it out like you used to. We're a little more technical a lot of days now, and you know, we gotta pick our punches better and smarter. Not just swing 1,000 times and be 10%. Now we swing, you know, 100 times and we're 90%. You know what I mean?
Did either of you get hurt in the fight really bad? You get dazed?
Nothing hurts. I mean, you know, nothing ever hurts. I mean, I got my belt rung, but I mean, that doesn't hurt. No pain at all. You know what I mean? One knee to the body caught me pretty good.
He dropped me in the second. That didn't hurt. There was one in the fourth, though, that he rocked me, and I stayed standing. I was really surprised because my whole body started vibrating. It actually knocked the wind out of me. Hit me in the head, knocked the wind out of me. So I was like, what the hell? But no, that was in the 4th round. But yeah, I was actually surprised that I even went down in the second because I didn't really. It was one of those punches you don't feel. You know, I was like, oh, that didn't hurt, and I still saw myself. You see everything going on. You're like, hey, how'd I end up here? So.